And we are recording now. So good morning, evening, afternoon, good happy Wednesday, everyone. Welcome to another burn down meeting for the Kubernetes release 1.18. I will be your host today. My name is Jorge. In case anyone was wondering. And before we get the meeting started, I have to remind you all, like always, that we have we the Kubernetes community have a code of conduct, which essentially boils down to please be nice to each other at all times. As we get the meeting started, if anyone would like to be the note taker, please feel free to put your name in the meeting notes. And with that, let's get started. Enhancements. Navarone, are you on? Are you on?
Yep, I'm here. Hi everyone. Good morning, evening, afternoon, global time. So enhancements is currently red. We have lots of issues that are at risk. By at risk, we mean either they did not file the implementation PRs or the PRs are yet to be merged or they're not getting enough attention. So we are trying to track down people on Slack, email, or whatever. Basically, hunt people down and ping them. Hey, please review. Please, can you please get it through the goalpost by tomorrow, end of the day. 17 of them are still tracked as at risk. And one of the primary concerns that I found was limited reviewer bandwidth. And it is actually not something new. It happened in the last release cycle also. So yeah, open to solve it somehow. And that's all on my side. Any comments, questions, or concerns?
So as you mentioned, this is actually something that I've seen as well from previous releases. We need more approvers, reviewers, people who are willing to act on, to work on enhancements with people. Again, just to get an idea, and this was the reason why I asked on the meeting notes. So we have 17 tracked items that are at risk. How many of them lack docs or something of the sort, something that is not related to code or needing a code review?
I think zero, because we had like 3, 4 which did not file docs PR, and then eventually they filed an exception request and got back into or were dropped. Uh, so yeah, we have I don't think we have any docs PR pending enhancement.
Okay. Okay, that's useful information, and I guess that's something that we should try and surface out to the rest of the community, because I definitely seen a lot of contributors experience something of this sort. And does anyone have any more comments, questions, suggestions regarding enhancements? Going once, twice. Sweet. Thank you very much, Navarone.
Thanks.
And on to CI signal, Nico.
I think I'm taking that one. We just had in our Slack channel that he had to miss, so I am going to attempt to see what he wrote down. So he did all the work. I'm just going to try to summarize the events for CI signal. So it looks like we have a couple for master blocking relating to GCE, both of those. For informing, same thing. Actually going down most of it, it looks like just relating to a lot of GCE tests, and for flaky as well. So at least from my perspective, from what I can tell, most is around the Google Container Engine tests for blocking and informing. that's kind of like, you know, a wrap from what I can see. I know if Daniel, if you have anything else to throw out there, that's kind of the gist of what I can see from here.
Yeah, so I can add a little bit of context to a couple of these. So the latest stable cube control, we have not had a response from the CLI team. We thought it was being fixed by a different unrelated, the getcube sh script, but it was not. So we followed up in Slack with them today. All the other ones are under investigation, as it mentions. The Windows ones, we had some Windows folks take a look at that, and it was also determined that that was related to SIG CLI. So it may be that they are experiencing a similar issue there. So we'll make sure to follow up in Slack on that as well. We did get the work in progress test out earlier this week, the Container D Windows test. We removed that from the 1.18 informing board. So it's nice that we're not getting that false negative signal anymore. But if anyone else has any further questions, I'd be happy to follow up on any of these.
So a couple questions. First off, let's start with the easiest one, I guess. The test from, I believe, SIG Windows that was removed from master informing. Could you please add something about it on the retrospective, just as either that or open up an issue? Just one. I think we just need a reminder that something like that happened, and we need either more documentation or process or something in the way to work out the kinks of how to actually add tests into master informing and master blocking dashboards. The other couple things that I'm seeing right now. So master informing, there's a Windows 1909 and Windows 2019. Both of those are failing because of something 6CLI related.
That's what it looks like. We followed up in Slack with the Windows team, and they did not make any progress on it. So I think that Nick might have also added this in when he pinged SIG CLI this morning for the test I mentioned earlier, the Q control stable one. Let me actually just take a look real quick. Yes, he did. So we have someone assigned to that, and they're following up on it.
Okay, so master informing dashboards, 6CLI failure, and someone is following up on that.
Right.
For the master blocking one, this Q cluster, latest kubectl, is there anyone assigned to that?
Yes, so that was also both of these this morning, the Windows 1909 and 2019, as well as the stable latest, were responded to in Slack this morning about 40 minutes ago, and SIG CLI said they're investigating. So we'll try, and I can actually add on the issue so that others can see as well. I'll assign the person who said they were going to look into it.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, so as long as we have someone looking at it, it's not that big. It's not the worst thing in the world. And master alpha features, still under investigation?
Yes, and I think someone responded about 3 hours ago to this one. The reason why it stayed open is because, once again, we thought it was going to be fixed by a different fix that didn't actually make it start passing. So there is someone assigned to this, and they're investigating as of 3 hours ago.
Okay, sweet. And there is no reason to believe that the failures in 118 are any different from the ones in master.
Correct.
Okay, cool. And other than the flaky jobs, seems to be that there are the most flakiest things have issues attached to them, and people are currently working on them, right?
Yep.
Okay, sweet. So it's good that we have people working on it, but I will actually say that CI signal is red right now.
I'd say that's probably fair.
Okay, awesome. And thank you very much for both of you for jumping in and giving the report. Does anyone have any more comments, questions, suggestions? Going once. Thank you so much. Moving on to bug triage. John, are you here?
Yes. Good day, everyone. I'm John for Bug Triage. I'm one of the shadows. Our current status is red right now. As far as our numbers go, we are mostly trending down. For non-test flake issues in KK, we're down to 12, so -1 from Monday. For critical urgent, we have 2, and we are following those closely. I note in our notes below that I got the 2 listed out that we were trying to follow, and we'll be pinging the necessary SIGs as necessary, moving on. Important soon issues, we've got 4, -1 for Monday. For all PRs, we have 29 currently. That's +1 from Monday. For critical urgent, we have none, which is good. For important soon, we have 19, which is +1 from Monday. And for all issues for KK for this release, we have 29, which is -3 from Monday. So we do trend down in that regard. So again, we will be sending our final notifications prior to code freeze and following with the appropriate SIGs as necessary. A lot of the remaining PRs are kind of the long running ones. Items that have been crossing over multiple milestones in the past. Historically, I think I've seen one that has been tossed between 116 and has been moved to 119, for example. So that's kind of the stuff that we're dealing with currently. So
Huge ask. Could you add it in here just to actually persistate the list of PRs that have been thrown over multiple milestones, please?
yeah, I'll make a comment. Excuse me. I'll comment on that and I'll try to get those numbers for you. Do you want the actual list of PRs that have crossed multiple issues, or just like counts?
The actual PRs.
Actual PRs? Okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking that the short-term thing that we can do is to help out and ping reviewers, approvers to take a look at them. The long-term thing is there definitely needs to, we as a community need to do something to try to prevent this. And I think this might be related to the 17 enhancements that are still at risk.
Understood. I'll gather a list for you.
Uh,
I'll just add it to the notes section under our section here.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Does anyone have any other comments, questions, suggestions? Going once? Twice? Thank you so much, John. And Docs. Is there anyone from Docs in the line?
Yes. Hello, everyone. So, we have crossed the first deadline on February 28th for the placeholder PRs. We had 2 to 3 outstanding enhancements, but in the last couple of days we have seen the PRs. So we are tracking all the enhancements actively now. So we are working on the next deadline, which is March 8th. All the docs placeholders PR should be in ready to review state. So at this point of time, we are 30 to 40% docs are in ready to review state. So we are in green as of now. Yeah.
Awesome. Vineth, could you please add it to the notes at some point?
I already added it. I just added it. You don't see it?
March 4th, week 9.
So I just added it in the template weekend May. So I'll just pull it down. Yeah, sorry for that.
Please.
Yeah.
But awesome. Other than that, would you say that you are green, yellow?
We are green. Yeah, we are green at this point. Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Double checking on that. Does anyone have any comments, questions for Docs? Going once. Thank you, Vinette. And next up, release notes. Ray.
Yeah, our status is still green. We have no change from Monday. So the patch release notes and draft release notes have been merged for the current draft. And that's it for me.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Does anyone have any questions for release notes? Going once. Twice. Thank you, Ray. Comms. Karen.
Hello. We're green. We got all of our responses from the SIGs. So we just started voting on topics yesterday evening and should have this all figured out rank-wise of topics to include for our blog coverage, hopefully by Friday. That's it.
Thank you so much, Karen. Does anyone have any questions, comments, suggestions for comms? Going once, twice. Thank you so much. And release branch. Is there anyone from release branch in the line? I don't think so. So I'll ping Carlos or Sasha to give us an update here. But if you've been keeping up with Slack, I believe that the big thing right now is code freeze. It's about to happen, and I believe that some of the work to enable it has already been started. So we're just waiting for the deadline to actually happen. But I'll follow up asynchronously to double check if whether there are any more updates for us from release branch. And emeritus lead, Lucky. Lucky's not in the line, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna say that probably the same update from Monday, which was that the mid-release shadow survey was sent out. So for anyone in the call, please pass the word along to your teams and just mention that there's a release, and we are still looking for more people to reply. This Monday, we had around 34% response rate. If we can get it closer to 100%, that will be amazing. And again, all feedback is anonymous. Only a very few handful of people are going to have access to it. But it's not going. The information is not going to be made. So it's not going to be. Not all the information is going to be made public. So again, any feedback is welcome, and please take them. Other than I'm gonna stop for a moment. Does anyone have any comments, questions that you want to pass on to the emeritus lead? Does anyone have any questions about the mid-release shadow survey? Okay, cool. If not, then I can go on to the next updates. So next up in my update, then again, same thing as Monday. Code freeze is coming around. So what is it? Today's Wednesday. So tomorrow, end of day, it's gonna be code freeze. The other important milestone is next Monday is a deadline for all docs PRs to be ready for review. And next Tuesday, we are planning to release 1.18 beta 2. And the general reminder that if you have any comments, questions, suggestions for the release team in general, please add a note in the release retrospective. If there is anything whatsoever that you learned throughout this cycle, please add a note in the retrospective as well. We want to make sure that all the knowledge that you all have acquired, we can pass it around to the next generation. And other than that, there is a scalability update, which is empty, and I believe that means that there are no updates from last Monday. And last Monday there weren't any updates from 6 scalability. Seems that things are running well. Does anyone have any comments, questions regarding the release lead or scalability or release team in general? Going once, twice, sold. Sweet. So before we end, again, another general reminder that in the open discussion section, I put a couple of links to things that might be interested to some of you or people in your team. So the first one, release retrospective. Again, anything that you think might be useful, just add it in there. It's better to over discuss things than for us to lose track of details. Enhance kept artifacts. If you're into enhancements, please check out that enhancement and keep and comment on it. Making the release team more asynchronous. If you have any suggestions, or if you want to vote on any of the suggestions that have already been given, please jump in and add your emojis. And investigate automation to facilitate tracking spreadsheets. If anyone, we have most of the teams, most of the release teams on the line. If you think that you will get some benefit out of having a tracking sheet for something, or if it doesn't really matter to your team, please jump in the issue and say yes, no, something of the sort. And other than that, opening up the floor for anyone that wants to discuss anything else. If not, then we can end this meeting early. And again, thank you very much for everyone for showing up. And most of all, thank you to everyone for all the amazing work that you are all doing. And happy Wednesday. See y'all.
Thank you.
You guys.